Okay, where do you begin? With a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, regardless of what time it is. Okay, so good and respectful manner to start is with Allah. Reflecting on the Allah is the betrayal of a seed, which could be symbolic to the tree of life. Now, the tree of life, within essence, has grown from a seed into a tree and will eventually bloom into a flower. And this has been able to be discovered and revealed and shown through numerous of different sacred geometry patterns, which have all shown the reflection of the seed, the flower, and the tree. Now, this has obviously been linked to the Buddhist belief. Now, the Buddhist belief has also been known to hold the tree of life as symbolic as the past, present, and the future, hence the Om chant. Now, the Om chant has also been linked to the Hindu belief, whereby the Hindu belief has also recognized the tree of life as a symbolic meaning to the past, present, and future. So it's firmly settled that the tree of life is within both of those beliefs, well, religious texts. Now, exploring a different religious context, Christianity. Christianity has obviously linked the tree of life to the book of Genesis, whereby Adam and Eve were supposedly not allowed to eat from two different trees, not just one, two different trees. So, in that context, it's acknowledging that there was the tree of life and the tree of knowledge. Now, the tree of life obviously came to burst a flower. So, in logical text, Nori would actually, or back in their logical minds, what interest would they have in a flower? Whereby, obviously, that there would be an interest in a fruit. But if they are denied to eat a fruit, it's obviously that there is a variety of different other fruits to eat from. So why go and eat from that fruit, whereby sin comes into play? Now, sin could come into the play of man being able to tempt an animal, for instance. I mean, logically, an animal would know that man is harming, dangerous, and should possibly be wary, even especially if the animal has never ever seen an individual before. Whereby, if we had to take a piece of meat, a piece of fruit, and hang it into a tree, we would be able to attract the animal. We would be able to capture the animal, which many poachers have done inhumanely for many hundreds of years. So the whole mere aspect of actually tempting an individual into eating something that they wouldn't be allowed to eat is actually possible. I mean, we have explored this within our own lives. I mean, how many times did our parents say, oh no, you're not allowed to smoke cigarettes, or you're not allowed to drink alcohol, but yet when the time came and the opportunity arose and our friends were around, or whoever was around and had a cigarette in their hand or had an alcoholic beverage in their hand, we were tempted into eating it, or drinking it, or smoking it, or doing whatever. So the mere aspect is that sin is able to be eaten in numerous of different forms. I mean, we are tempted by a real materialistic world of how we are supposed to survive and not live, in essence. I mean, we are structured around a budget system that controls a majority of our lives. I mean, everybody aims to earn the highest salary. Nobody aims to earn the lowest salary. Everybody aims to go on the most luxurious holidays. Nobody wants a low budget holiday. Everybody aims to own a luxurious car. Nobody wants a piece of scrap, for instance. Even though people should be appreciative of it both, but the mere fact is that we have been attracted by thought in this world of sin, of how we should actually survive, not even live anymore. And this has been manipulated by certain laws that have been passed, whereby, I mean, if you had to go and protest about a specific cause, you notice the aim of enforcing control around that protest. Even if it's a peaceful protest, notice the enforcing control around that protest. If a person does something out of desperation, hunger, a homeless person walks into a store, takes a piece of bread, okay, obviously it's theft, but the mere fact is people are desperate, people are desperate for food. So in Italy, they've actually made this illegal, whereby a person can actually, if they are homeless, they can actually walk into a shop and actually make an arrangement, apparently, and actually get food. But now, in logical terms, our governments or whoever have enforced these laws that whereby a homeless person can even go to jail for stealing a loaf of bread. And this is logically to be accepted. So in a logical sense, the tree of life in context got left alone in the biblical text, and Eve got tempted to eat the tree of knowledge. Now the tree of knowledge in a logical sense, if you had to eat a fruit and you are enthralled by this fruit and you are deeply engrossed in this fruit, it's obviously you're not going to just eat one, so you're going to pick a whole bunch of them, put them aside, say, okay, cool, I need to go find Adam or whoever, run off into the bush to wherever he is, and then introduce him to this fruit, tell him all this, tell him the taste, tell him this, tell him all of this, tell him the smell, tell him all of this, and he's going to be tempted by it as well. I mean, this is logically revealed. I mean, how women are able to tempt men into doing the most obscene things. I mean, women are marrying men 60 years old, 70 years old, 80 years old, being 20 years old, only for the money. And again, this is somewhat seen as accepted within this day and age, but let's take it on that context that, okay, now cool, they eat this fruit and all of that. Now, what produced thought? Tree of knowledge, thought. Tree of knowledge, thought. It's obviously that we were produced with the sense of, or they were produced with the sense of judgment, of that this isn't right, and this should be like this, and this. I mean, in a logical sense, the tree of knowledge actually made us feel like gods, actually put us on the footstep of God, and actually said, okay, this world, although we are responsible for it, we can do whatever we want with it and use whatever resources we want and cause mass genocide. I mean, if you had to notice the mass amount of cows and chickens that are losing their lives on a daily basis, I mean, logically, a human would look at this, and I mean, we saw the Jews being massacred. We saw the Native Americans being totally eradicated. We saw in South Africa, it was called genocide. Libya saw genocide. And there's another country now. A politician has all of a sudden to say it's okay to assassinate or to kill apparent drug dealers. I mean, and we are seemingly just to accepting this. I mean, where is this? Okay, so now, a logical sense, so now we eat this tree of knowledge, we are gaining this knowledge, and yet, in the essence, we are forced into a reality that is a total illusion based on laws. I mean, who is actually free? I mean, can we literally walk across a border? What would happen if anybody had to literally walk across a border? They say that there's freedom of movement. So let's put this to the test. Let's just walk across the border and see what happens. I mean, they say that we're not allowed to grow a plant. What? Who are they to say that we are not allowed to grow nature? I mean, that is like telling people that you're not allowed to grow carrots. That is like telling people that you're not allowed to grow tomatoes. That is like telling people that you're not allowed to grow daisies or roses or cactuses or even mushrooms or even a specific plant that has been deemed the most beneficial plant in the entire planet. I mean, in the logical sense, I mean, spreading on the tree of life as the cannabis plant. I mean, in this realistic world, I mean, our sin has caused a capitalization market out of it. And yet then we complain about why there's laws against it, but yet the laws against it are because of capitalism, but yet we are causing capitalism from it. So in the essence, when things go down and shit happens and people come through your door and want to take you away from your life, what are you going to complain about? You're not going to complain about your business. You're going to complain about your life. You're going to complain about how your life got affected. So it's obviously that the tree of life is in essence a patrol of a cannabis plant that has been linked to numerous of different drugs that have all caused mass murder through the entire use. And again, numerous of people are blinded by the main factors that this plant hasn't killed a single individual in centuries of its entire use. I mean, the Buddhists were holding it sacred. The Hindus were holding it sacred. The Christians were once upon a time holding it sacred. I mean, once upon a time ago, the holy anointing oil was made from cannabis. I mean, we were blessed on the sacred iron with this oil for a reason. I mean, we are not supposed to be controlled about what we can grow and what we can't grow and be labeled criminals for growing nature. I mean, why not just label me a criminal for growing a potato? It makes vodka. I can get 1,000 people drunk. I can get 1,000 people like murdered, and yet people are calling this a money-making industry. Alcohol is $1 billion money-making industry, and we are seemingly supporting it and calling a plant dangerous. How is that logically right? Namaste.